Imagine living in a home where you are not dependent on the national electricity supplier and where the rainwater runs through a very sophisticated water purification system that's attached to your home. Well, my next guest, Yoram Kurari, has developed this concept for over 10 years and is finally ready to supply South Africans with this offer. Take a look. Yoram, welcome to All About Property.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, when we hear the term off-grid homes, we often imagine a home somewhere in a small holding that's been constructed by the owner himself, where he's been figuring things out as he went along. But you are constructing off-grid homes right here in our cities using some of the finest technologies. Give us a quick overview.
It's an integrated system where we take all the green systems, the solar technologies, the water recycling technologies. We integrate it nicely into a house in a way that people don't see it.
Your roofing system is not just a roof. It is actually a whole solar power station. Talk to us about that.
In order to make the house affordable, we had to look after the zero-ness of the place. So every component of the house has to fulfill more than one function. So the first thing you look at is the tiles. Why do you need tiles? You know, the tiles are 5,000 years old. They never changed in these 5,000 years. Now they made them from clay, now it's from concrete, but the principle is the same.
Yeah.
Solar panels can do what tiles do. You know, the water falls on the panel, it slides down, and that's the deal. We had to build in structure into it. We had to build in the insulation component into it. So we deliver a slab that contains all these things in it. So that slab that contains the solar panel, it contains the insulation, it contains the structure and the waterproofing, is replacing all those components that would normally be sourced from probably 5 different suppliers. And there you go.
And tell me, during the winter months, where there's obviously not as much sun, is it still sustainable?
It is very sustainable. The design has to be correct, of course. So there has to be enough solar panel capacity and there has to be enough battery capacity to collect enough energy and to store enough energy for all your needs. What we do in these houses, we also design them in a way that you use a lot less energy, especially electrical energy. We supply the houses with gas stoves, with gas ovens. The space heating you will do either with a thermal solar system or with a wood fireplace or with a gas heater. We try to take everything that is absolutely not necessary to do on electricity and do it on other forms of energy.
And you also have a water recycling system that's standard part of this home. Talk to us about that.
The water recycling system is very interesting. What it does, it takes the grey water, it passes the grey water through a green wall. We use that green wall to shade the house. And through doing that, we reduce the need to cool the house down. While the grey water goes through the green wall, the plants in the green wall takes away all the nutrients in the grey water and it effectively cleans the grey water. We store the water, you use it for gardening, you use it in ponds if you want to grow fish, and you use it to flush the toilet. So every time you flush the toilet, instead of taking fresh water from the municipal supply system, you flush it with water that you've already paid for, and it does the job wonderfully.
Now, what I like about your homes is, like you mentioned earlier, everything is hidden. It's not a home where it's this beautiful home and right next to it you see this big JoJo tank standing. Yes. Talk to us about that.
So our approach is take the systems first and start building the house around them. So whether it be solar panels or water heaters or water storage, everything has to be integrated into somewhere. It's got to be either integrated in the wall or in the structure or into the roof or under the house structure. in a way that it is invisible.
Now we're here at your factory. This entire house actually gets manufactured off-site, and then it gets assembled on-site. Just talk to us about the manufacturing part of this home. How? Because it's almost like Lego blocks.
It is like Lego blocks, so there's a lot of design work that went into creating a modular system where there's a basic module that you can take and multiply. So you can make a double story, a multi-story, you can spread it in all kinds of different directions. You can add to a building without having to knock walls down and break things. The main structure is steel, and into the steel structure we fit in the envelope parts, which can be doors, windows. We use a lot of glass. The glass gives a very open feel, and it creates a very interesting integration between the inside of the house and the garden. And that is an effect that you cannot really get otherwise. Glass, walls, everything goes on a truck onto site. It gets fitted into the envelope, the structure, and you get a house within a few weeks.
Now, I think the one question that everyone wants to know at this point is, how much does all of this cost?
A 3-bedroom house with all the systems will probably start in around 1.2 million rands, and then it goes up obviously depending on the size. So I think per square meter you're probably looking at about 12,000 rands with all the systems in. So totally off-grid photovoltaic system with the panels and the batteries and all that. Solar water heating system, gas systems, water recycling systems, rain harvesting systems. 12,000 rands per square meter.
Now, obviously, very few people can afford to buy a home cash. Can you get a home loan or a building loan for these type of homes?
Yes, absolutely. We went through a long process of certification. So there's requirements from the banks and from insurance industry to certify the house for structural soundness, for energy efficiency, fire resistance, acoustics, and a whole range of parameters that get tested. And you have to go through all these tests, you have to pass them and present a certificate. So it's good to go.
Do you have anything lastly that you would like to share with the viewers with regards to your off-grid homes?
We tried, and I think we succeeded, in creating a package that gives you a very unique feel when you walk in. It's a very open house, it's big. Even if the house is small, the feel is of openness, of being part of nature, and it is something that everybody is welcome to come and experience.
Well, fantastic. Lovely chatting to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.